there are layers of experience over historical time. And so Chicana feminism in 2017 is conscious of and working with the legacy of the Chicana feminism of the 1960s and 1970s. They're also aware of the long-term role of women in Mexican and Central American communities in building families and building communities. So there's a kind of working through all of these layers and learning what skills or insights or strategies that might have been effective in the past could yet again be effective in the present and in the future. So I'm skeptical of notions of progress, that somehow we're automatically further along in 2017 than we might have been in 1967 or 1907. But I think that we can learn things from those different stages in the past. And there are quite a number of Chicana historians today who are writing about these earlier movements and the roles that women played in organizing the United Farm Workers.
Well, my book is a collection of essays, and I was trying to address, through this intersectional lens, many of the experiences that I felt we had in our communities. I wanted to show how culture doesn't stop at the border. You know, it's an ongoing struggle. I mean, I don't think one of the chapters of my book talks about how these struggles are often cyclical, and that they people go through a cycle where they become politically conscious and aware, and they begin to have demonstrations and to express their anger and to look for ways in which the society should change. And that's part of what they're saying, is this is what it should be. How do we get there? And that results in some social change. But there's, at the same time that that's happening, there's a conservative backlash happening in which people are resisting change. They don't want to change. They want to maintain the same power structures and dynamics that already exist. And so there's a backlash going on. And what happens then is any reforms that have come as a result of these movements start to be dismantled by that backlash. And we find ourselves back in the same sort of place where people are being oppressed on the basis of these socially created categories. And then new generations rise up as they learn this history. But what I say is that the cycle never completely goes back to exactly the same place, that there's knowledge created in that struggle. And it is the creation of that knowledge that that means it's not a complete circle. It means that it's happening cyclically, and that these moments of resistance will create new knowledges. And that, so it's not a straight line of progress from A to B, right? It happens, but it is changing, and things are changing. I think our stories are important, and I don't think they've been told enough. I think there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom in our experience. The kind of knowledges that have always been present from pre-colonial times to the present could be helpful in figuring out how to deal with global capitalism. So we can point to social changes, cultural changes, changes in art and literature. We can point to even some laws that have been changed as a result. And that also is transnational.